Hello guys, as an aquascaper living in Malaysia, it is relatively easy for us to get driftwood. This is because Malaysia is one of the driftwood exporting country. So you can actually find driftwood in the wild. Of course, and if you are buying from the shops, there are also a lot of selections, and the price is pretty good compared to most of the other country that I know. So today I'm going to bring you to visit an driftwood factory. Actually, it is one of the biggest driftwood factory in Malaysia. And hopefully, depending on the activity today, hopefully I can show you how they process the driftwood and the stock of driftwood that they have. Yeah, let's go. Okay, guys, we have arrived at the wood factory here. Let's take a look. This is Howard, the boss of the GGP Aquarium Trading. Hello, Howard. These wood are buried deep underground, so they have to go inside the, let's say, some plantation or some forest, and they have to dig underground to get all this wood out. So they are actually quite dirty, and that is why the workers have to clean them. I just asked the workers how much they can clean a day. So they told me that this much of wood, they will take them about 1 week to clean. Basically, you need some special license, special permit from the government. You can't just take the wood from the plantation or from the forest. You need a certain permit. So my friends here, the wood store, they have this permit for years. They are the third generation in this business, starting from his grandfather, passing down to his father, and now my friend is running the business himself. The water that they use to wash the woods are from a well. They have a few wells nearby here. So these are the water from the well. And after they wash it, the water will go back to the well again. So it is some kind of like a recycle process. So this wood has been washed a few days ago. They are now all clean and dry, waiting to go to the next process, which is the segregation process. In this process, all the woods will be segregated according to their sizes, shape, and types into different category. And after that, they'll go into a cutting process to cut into the right size for packaging process. The workers are segregating some wood, and then I think they are cutting them. Some that is too long, they are cutting them into suitable sizes. So they are segregating the wood into different shape and sizes. These are obviously not for aquascaping purpose. I asked them just now, these are mainly selling to some nursery, plant nursery, or some, let's say, plant farm. They are using this kind of wood to tying some ferns or anubias. So these are not wasted. So every piece of wood they can sell. So even those smaller pieces cut, they are selling them to some shop for tying, let's say, anubias or ferns. What you see now, the workers are arranging the wood, the wash and clean wood already with the tag. Arrange them on a pallet. I just asked them, one pallet is approximately 150 pieces of wood. So they have to arrange it in a way that they can be palletized because these are all going into a container. So they have to arrange it in a very neat and in a cube form for palletization. So these are the woods that is ready for shipment. I think it is for some European customer. They are already on pallet. All this wood that are ready for shipment will have to go through a fumigation process. This is a standard, a regulation. All the exporting wood will have to go through the fumigation. And this fumigation process can be done in two ways. If let's say the customer is buying some loose pallet, loose cargo, the fumigation process can be done in this factory. Yeah, so, and if let's say the customer is buying a full container, the fumigation can be done inside the container itself. So apart from packing into pallet, some customer also want the wood to be sent to them in bag. So for example, this customer, they want every bag to have 5 pieces. So according to the boss just now, some customer will request 5 pieces, 10 pieces, or even 12 pieces. So it is really very customized, depending on the requirement of the customer. Now, let me walk through with you a few types of different wood selection that they have in this factory. The first type is this type of very thin and branchy type of wood. These are really excellent choices if you have a smaller tank like 30 or 45 centimeter. And even if you have a big tank, this will be really good choice for detailing. Yeah, I think we need all this to create all kind of interesting details. And they have very interesting tool to cut this wood. And I think they are actually segregating this wood from this pile. These are the, let's say, the incoming wood. So from this pile of wood, they are segregating them into different kind of sizes, like the bigger one, smaller one, medium sized one, and all kind of different sizes and shape. These are another types of wood, mainly very straight and very long type. Could be interesting for some aquascaping concept. Do you have an idea to use them? These are the smaller types of wood. According to Howard, these are mainly for a terrarium. You know, those are very popular bottle types of yeah, this is mainly for that application. Some might
also use it to tie the fern or anubias, but according to the boss, these are mainly for the terrarium usage. I would say that for aquascaping, these are also quite interesting, especially when we have some, like for example, some flat cutting surface. I would really think that this is really excellent options to camouflage all those flat cutting surface, and also to use it to connect those between two pieces of wood. If you have some, let's say, unnatural connection, this could be excellent choice to hide those connection. After seeing the smaller types of wood just now in this factory, these are now the XXXL version, the biggest types of wood that you can find in this factory. They are really, really big. I think the smallest one is at least also 4 to 5 feet long, and the bigger one, I think it is like 7 to 8 feet long or even more, and weighing up to 50 kilogram. They are really, really big. I would say that these are really not for the casual aquascaper. For people like us who is having a small tank at home, or you have a 4 or 5 feet tank going for contest. I would say these are not usable. They are really too huge. But if you have, for example, a pond project, a big terrarium project, or a big paludarium project, this can be really, really fantastic choice for those kind of big projects. For people like us who is really just having a small tanks at home, these are nice to look at, nice to admire, but I don't think we can use them. I especially like this piece. These are really huge and full of character. I think this piece could weigh up to 100 kg. Just see how big is this wood compared to my shoes. They are really, really humongous. So this is the XXL section of the wood factory. This is another type of wood, which is my favorite and my go-to types of wood for my contest. They are chunky for sure, but they also do not lose that dynamic kind of feeling, and they have character. They have a very special character that I like to use. And in terms of size, they are also perfect for my tank. I have a 150 centimeter tank, 5 feet tank, and these wood are usually 2 to 4 feet in length. So they are just perfect for my tank. And I really love this kind of wood for my contest layout. These are also the same types of wood that I like to use, like just now, but these are in much bigger size. Just now, those we saw are like 2 to 3 feet, and now these are like 4 to 5 feet. I really love that heavy and the impactful, powerful feeling that this wood have. But it at the same time, it doesn't lose that dynamic flowing effect because they are not too branchy. I do not I usually do not use wood that it is already coming with a lot of branches because that will somehow limit my design options. I like to use wood that it is not too branchy, and I like to create my own branches. I think that is the best for me. And I think this would really suit that application perfectly. This is another types of wood, which is the most common types in this factory. I would say maybe 60-70% of the wood in this factory are in this type or in this shape. They are very easy to use. I call it very beginner friendly because the wood itself, every single piece itself is really looking very nice and very easy to understand. It is looking like a tree stump. So you really don't have to do a lot of modification or play a lot of Lego yourself to connect the woods, because every single piece itself is more or less ready to use. A very plug and play kind of wood. So I would say that if you are looking for a very easy commercial wood, these are really excellent choice because every piece is ready to use. You don't have to really do a lot combination to use them. Yeah, so they have a lot of this kind of wood, ranging from the very small one to the really, really huge one, all in this shape. They have a lot of choices. These are also the same beginner-friendly types of wood, but in smaller sizes. These are, I would say, roughly 1 to 2 feet in size. Good for medium to slightly bigger aquarium. Just now that what I show you in the beginning is a much bigger version of this. Do you know what is the usage of this wood? This big pile of wood? They are firewoods. And I'm not kidding. This is how it feels like to be in a driftwood factory. It is really an aquascaper playground, a driftwood heaven. But I have to warn you though, if you plan to come here and get your driftwood, you must have either of these two strategy. Strategy number one, you have to be very sure what you want to get. You must have a plan what you want to get for your either for your collection or for your aquascape. You have to come with a concrete plan because surrounding by so many different types of driftwood and so many choices, if you don't come with a plan in mind, I guarantee you, you will get lost. You will get lost and you will end up do not know what to buy or what to get. So that is strategy number one. You have to have a plan. Strategy number two, you can come without a plan, but you must bring a lot of cash and a big truck. In that way, you can just take whatever you want without being worried about too much. Just take whatever you want. So come with either of these two strategies and you'll be fine. Thank you, Howard and GGP Aquarium Trading, for allowing us to shoot this video. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.